Welcome to Calcutta Races Winter Meeting, 4th day, Friday, 18 January 2019 race preview. First race will be the Bold Chieftain Handicap, Division 1, for horses in Class 5 to be run over a distance of 1200 metres. Number 1 will be City Heights. City Heights turned into the home straight, travelling third, and after much efforts, City Heights went on to finish fourth, and the winner of that race was Gimme Credit, who won that race by about a nose. Number 2 will be Jorel. Jorel's last outing was in race number 87 over 1100 metres, where Jorel was travelling very wide of the track towards the final stage of the race, and after a lot of reminders, Jorel only managed to finish 8th. Also in the same race we had number 9, Zaragoza, who finished right at the back end of the field to finish on 11th. The winner of that race was Gimme Credit, who won it by 3.5 lengths. Number 3 will be Shania Spet. Shania Spet's last outing in race number 48 over 1100 metres. Shania Spet was travelling 7th through the race, but improved a little bit towards the final stage of the race, and just managed to finish on board was Shania Spet. Finished on 3rd, came up with a late dash, and the winner of that race was Fireberg. Number 5 will be Ghost Creek. Ghost Creek's had 2 starts this season. Last one in race number 57 over 1600 metres, where Ghost Creek finished on 7th, and the winner of that race was Lotse. Number 6 will be Marigold. Marigold's had 2 starts this season, last one being in race number 49 over 1100 metres, where Marigold turned into the home straight, was amongst the front runners towards the rail side, but eventually was overtaken, and Marigold managed to finish on 6th, and the winner of that race was Hurricane Storm. Number 7 will be Express Wish. Dream Express, I beg your pardon. Dream Express's last outing was in race number 23 over 1100 metres, where Dream Express, after much efforts, finished on 7th, and the winner of that race was Me and Myself. Number 8 will be Sicario. Sicario's last outing in race number 65 over 1600 metres turned into the home straight, travelling 7th, and travelled very wide of the track was Sicario, and managed to finish on 5th, and the winner of that race was Star Phoenix, who won it by 2 3/4 lengths. Number 10 will be Beatrix. Beatrix's last outing was in race number 8 over 1200 metres, just 1 start this season. Travelled 7th all the way was Beatrix, but eventually finished on 10th, and the winner of that race was Viserion, who won it by 1/2 length. Number 11 will be Mustang. Mustang's last outing was in race number 73. It's been knocking on the door for quite some time in over 1400 metres, where Mustang, after much efforts, finished on board to finish on 3rd. Also in the same race we had number 12, Dark Angel, who finished on 9th, and the winner of that race was Singapore Sling. We move on to the second race, which is the Bold Chieftain Handicap Division 2, to be run over a distance of 1200 metres. Number 1 will be Hurricane Storm. Hurricane Storm's last outing was in race number 76 over 1200 metres, where Hurricane Storm finished right at the back end of the field to finish on 13th. Also in the same race we had number 4, Rolly Polly, who finished 1 ahead of Hurricane Storm to finish on 12th, and the winner of that race was Gimme Credit. Number 2 will be X-Light. X-Light's last outing in race number 50 over 1100 metres finished right at the back end to finish on 11th was X-Light. Winner of that race was Stallone. Now running in the lower class is X-Light, been ridden by apprentice R.S. Bhatti. Number 3 will be Eastern Flame. Eastern Flame's last outing was in race number 17, just one start this season over 1200 meters, and Eastern Flame was leading the pack, but eventually was overtaken in the final 200 meters, and Eastern Flame managed to finish on 5th, and the winner of that race was Viaraggio. Number 5 will be Global Glamour. Global Glamour's last outing was this season in the previous season, in the cold weather season. Running after a long layoff is Global Glamour in race number 207 over 1400 meters, where Global Glamour finished on 7th. Winner of that race was Marley, who came up with a late run on the inside and went on to win that race. Number 6 will be Indus Prince. Indus Prince's last outing was in race number 74 over 1400 meters, where Indus Prince finished on 6th, and the winner of that race was Speed Force. Impressive winner that day, went on to win it by 5 1/4 lengths. Number 7 will be Tantanat. Tantanat's last outing was in race number 97 over 1400 meters in the Calcutta monsoon meeting, where Tantanat finished right at the back end of the field, almost detached, to finish on 11th. Winner of that race was My Lady Luck, now the property of Mr. Rishi Anand and Mrs. Shikha Anand, trained by Vikas Jaiswal, is Tantanat. Number 8 will be Gizba. Gizba's last outing was in race number 48 this season over 1100 meters, where Gizba was towards the mid-pack and managed to finish on 4th. Was Gizba, and the winner of that race was Fireberg, who won it by 1 1/4 lengths. Number 9 will be Major Colors. Major Colors' last outing was in race number 47 over 1200 meters, where Major Colors travelled very wide of the track, and after some vigorous riding and a few reminders, finished on 7th. The winner of that race was the 6 Seal, a runaway winner, won it by 1 length and a quarter. Number 10 will be Ascend. Ascend is the one you need to watch out for. Last year run was impressive in race number 49 this season. Over 1100 meters, came up with a late dash, was Ascend, and just managed to finish on 2nd, a length and a quarter behind the winner, that is Hurricane Storm. Number 11 will be Lucky Streak. Lucky Streak's last outing was in race number 24 over 1100 meters. Not an impressive one that was. Finished on 6th. The winner of that race was Viserion. We move on to the third race, which is the Star Magic Handicap, to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. Number 1 will be Expensive Affair. Expensive Affair's last outing has been this season in race number 84 over 1600 meters. Been unlucky, Expensive Affair, in its last 2 starts. Finished 2nd on both its runs. In its last 2 starts in race number 84, finished 2nd. Just long neck behind the winner, that is Bambini Festa, who got Expensive Affair right at the post. Also in the same race we had number 4 Lotse, who finished on 7th, and number 8, that was Porus, who finished on 4th. Number 2 will be Cool Conqueror. Cool Conqueror's last outing was impressive in race number 81 this season. Over 2,000 meters, came up with a strong run, very wide of the track, and went on to win that race by about 4 lengths by beating Winner's Delight. Number 3 will be Aggression. Aggression's last outing was in race number 63 over 2,400 meters in the Calcutta Oaks, where Aggression finished 8th after much efforts, and the winner of that race is Oriana, who went on to win that race by about a long neck. And also in the same race we had number 7 Magique, who finished on 6th. Number 5 will be Singapore Sling. Singapore Sling's last outing was very impressive in race number 73 over 1400 meters this season. Went on to lead the way and eventually continued to win that race by a start to finish essay. Was Singapore Sling and won it by 3/4 of a length. And also in the same race we had number 10 Hovering, who came up with a late dash but couldn't match tries to the winner and finished on second. Number 6 will be Bengal Tiger. Bengal Tiger's last outing was in race number 89 over 1400 meters, where Bengal Tiger finished on 7th. And the winner of that race was Wonder Boy, who sprung a surprise and won it that day. Number 11 will be Gramercy Park. Gramercy Park's last outing was in race number 47 over 1200 meters, where Gramercy Park almost finished detached to finish on 14th. And the winner of that race was the 6 Seal. We move on to the 4th race, which is the Albert Piperno Memorial Cup, to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. Number 1 will be Beatles Bible. Beatles Bible's had 2 starts this season, finished on board in its first start, and last run was in race number 71 over 1200 meters, where Beatles Bible finished on 5th. Also in the same race we had number 7 Novikov, who was the eventual winner that day, went on to win that race by about 5 lengths, beating Tiburon. Number 2 will be Coup de Grace. Coup de Grace had 3 starts this season, and last start being in race number 72 over 1100 meters, where Coup de Grace managed to finish on 3rd, and the winner of that race was the Kiss. Number 3 will be Jacobin. Jacobin's last outing was impressive in race number 86 over 1200 meters, and Jacobin went on to win that race, came up with a strong run on the center of the track and just blew them away, winning it by 3 lengths. Also in the same race we had number 6 Lady 2, after much efforts finished 2nd, just behind the winner, that is Jacobin. Number 4 will be Stormfront. Stormfront's had 1 start this season in race number 18 over 1100 meters, where Stormfront finished on 7th, and the winner of that race was Mahasavi, who came up with a strong run on the outside and won it by half a length. Number 5 will be Summerhill. Summerhill's last outing was quite an eye-catcher in race number 75 over 1400 meters. After much efforts and some vigorous riding, Summerhill managed to finish on 2nd, just a short head behind the winner, that was Coconut. Number 8 will be Prince of Heart. Prince of Heart's last outing was this season in race number 89 over 1400 meters, where Prince of Heart faded out and finished on 8th in the final stage of the race. And the winner of that race was Wonder Boy, who won it by 2 3/4 lengths. We move on to the 5th race, which is the Horendra Krishna Dutt Memorial Cup, to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. Number 1 will be Porthos. Porthos's last outing was this season in race number 55 over 2000 meters. Came up with a late dash, was Porthos, and finished 2nd, but couldn't match strides to the winner. That was Multiglory, who won that race by about 5 lengths. Number 2 will be Tegatus. Tegatus turned into the home straight, travelling 2nd, but eventually faded out in the final stage of the race and finished on 3rd, right at the centre of the track. And the winner of that race was Akshaya, who came up with a good run and won it by 3/4 of a length. Number 3 will be Rule Down Under. Rule Down Under's last outing was in race number 80 over 1100 meters, where Rule Down Under finished on 13th, and the winner of that race was Southpaw, a runaway winner, won it by 2 3/4 lengths. Number 4 will be Fantasia. Fantasia's last outing was in race number 60 over 1400 meters, where Fantasia travelled quite wide of the track and finished on 4th after some vigorous riding. Also in the same race we had number 6 Multivalue, who finished on a good 2nd, and number 8, that is Shohin, who finished on 10th, and number 9, Cold Frontier, who finished on 5th. But the eventual winner of that race was Splash Proof. Impressive winner, won it by 5 lengths. Number 5 will be Drogo. Drogo's last outing was in race number 85 over 2,000 meters, where Drogo finished on 6th, I beg your pardon. And also in the same race, we had number 7, Dixie Diamond, who came up with a late dash to finish on 2nd. The eventual winner was Avarua. We move on to the 6th race, which is the Calcutta Champion Sprint Trophy Grade 3. For horses 4 years old and over, to be run over a distance of 1,200 meters. Number 1 will be Castle Bridge. Castle Bridge's last outing was in race number 45 over 1,200 meters, where Castle Bridge was amongst the front runners, but eventually was overtaken and faded out. Was Castle Bridge to finish on 4th. Also in the same race, we had number 4, Brahmachari, who finished on 6th, and the eventual winner of that race was Multitude. Number 2 will be Multitude. Multitude's last outing was in race number 69 over 1,400 meters, where Multitude came up with a late dash and couldn't match strides to the winner, who was too good that day. That is Governor General, and Multitude finished on 2nd. That is just 2 lengths behind the winner. And also we had number 3, Amorous White, who finished on 5th in that race. Number 5 will be Nobu. Nobu's last outing was quite impressive in race number 93 over 1,200 meters from draw 14. Nobu came out and came up with a very late dash and finished on board. To finish on 2nd was Nobu, and the winner of that race was Flying. We move on to the 7th race, which is the Bookmakers Association Cup, to be run over a distance of 1,200 meters. Number 3 will be Botswana Star. Botswana Stars had 1 start this season in race number 67 over 1,400 meters, and Botswana Star finished on 3rd, was travelling 2nd all the way, but faded out and finished on 3rd was Botswana Star. And also in the same race, we had number 4, Glendower, who finished on 6th, and number 8, El Mulano, who finished on 6th. But the winner of that race was Adirit, who won it by 6 lengths. Number 5 will be Poker Prince. Poker Prince's last outing was in race number 53 over 1,200 meters, where Poker Prince was travelling towards the centre of the track and just couldn't get much out of Poker Prince, who finished on 10th. Also in the same race, we had number 9, It's a Mukau, who finished on 5th, and the winner of that race was Angel Grace, who won it by 3 1/4 lengths. Number 6 will be Ajita. Ajita has had 2 starts this season, finished off the board both its outings. Last one in race number 61 over 1,100 meters after much efforts. Finished on 5th out of 6 horses was Ajita, and the winner of that race was Aquaracer. We move on to the 8th and last race, which is the Daring Dawn Handicap, to be run over a distance of 1,200 meters. Number 1 will be Appalachi. Appalachi's last outing in race number 97 over 1,100 meters, where Appalachi was travelling quite wide in the final stage of the race and finished on 5th was Appalachi. And also in the same race, we had number 3, Joss, who finished right at the back end of the field to finish on 12th. And the winner of that race was Sereno, who travelled very beautifully on the outside and went on to win that race by about half a length. Number 2 will be Lumos. Lumos has had 2 starts this season, won its first start in race number 26, and last outing was not impressive in race number 80, where Lumos travelled very wide of the track over 1,100 meters and finished on 7th, and the winner of that race was Southpaw. Number 4 will be Luminac. Luminax just had one start this season in race number 20 over 1400 meters, where Luminac was amongst the front runners in the final stage of the race, and towards the rail side was Luminac in the brown and white jacket, but overtaken on the outside and finished on fourth was Luminac, and the eventual winner of that race was Sniper. Number 5 will be Dungle. Dungle's last outing was quite an eye-catcher also in race number 58 over 1400 meters, where Dungle, after much efforts, finished on second, just 2 lengths behind the winner, that is Oakbrook. Number 7 will be Give Me Credit. Give Me Credit has been one horse which has been in form this season. Finished 5th in its first outings, and in its next 4 starts finished 2nd in 2 outings, and last 2 outings went on to win that race, and last one being in race number 87 over 1100 meters, where Give Me Credit won it by 3.5 lengths. Number 8 will be Tomorrow Forever. Tomorrow Forever has had 2 starts this season and won both its outings. Last one in race number 40 over 1200 meters, where Tomorrow Forever came up with a late dash towards the rail side and got that race by about a long neck. Number 9 will be Iconia. Iconia has had 1 start this season over 1100 meters in race number 52, where Iconia was travelling towards the centre of the track, and after some vigorous riding, and Iconia finished on 4th, and the winner of that race was He Calls the Shots, who won it by a half length. Number 10 will be Bang Bang. Bang Bang's last outing was in race number 86 over 1200 meters, where Bang Bang finished on 6th, and the winner of that race was Jacobin, who won it by 3 lengths. Number 11 will be Celerino. Celerino's had 2 starts this season, and both its outings finished right at the back end of the field. Last one in race number 18 over 1100 meters, where Celerino finished on 12th, and the winner of that race was Mahasuvi. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time.